first graders, it's Miss Chen here today. So what we're going to do today for phonics is we're going to read the story, Read the USA Timeline. So notice here I said USA and not USA or USA. And that's because when I see three letters all capitalized and they're all next to each other, that's an abbreviation and that tells me it's short for something. In this case, it's telling me it's short for United States of America. The USA is more than 230 years ago. Let's peek at some things in the past. Then let's read a timeline. So as we're reading the story today, first graders, what I want you to do is pay attention to key details because they will show up later in our timeline. Remember, key details are dates, there are numbers, like here, 230, that's a key detail. So here, we're going to look at this page now. In 1620, the Pilgrims landed. They unloaded peas, wheat, and seeds. The Pilgrims planted in fields. So looking at this page, what is something that you notice is a key detail? Good, I heard somebody say, Miss Chen, I'm seeing 1620, and that is a year, so that means it is a key detail. So let's go ahead and underline that. And I'm also going to go back here, and I'm also going to underline the sentences that the USA is more than 230 years old, because that's also another key detail. So by now, you should have those two sentences highlighted. Now I want you to look at this page. What words do you see that have the long E sound? The words that say E. Good, I heard some people say peas. So we'll put a box around that. Wheat. And seeds. And fields. Good job. These are the sounds that we're hearing this week in our spelling test, or spelling words. And remember, if I'm going too fast, you can always pause this video. Okay, so we're going to look at this page now. Native people greeted the Pilgrims. They showed the Pilgrims where to find clean streams. In 1621, they all had a feast. So where do you see a date? Remember, a date has 4 numbers. And when it has 4 numbers, it is a year. Do we find 1621? That is a year. And that means that is a key detail or something the author wants us to know or remember. Now, the next thing I want you to do is look for words with the long E sound that's spelled E-E, E-A. Good. I see some people already circled or boxed greeted. Some people boxed streams. Some people boxed clean. Some people boxed feast. Good job. So here says, in 1776, we had a war. We won it. That is when we became the USA. We retell it each year on July 4th. So let's go ahead and highlight our date, where it says in 1776 we had a war. And I'm also going to highlight July 4th because that's important, because that is when we became the USA. And then same thing as the other 2 pages. Let's look for words that have the long E sound with E-A, E-E, or I-E. I only see one on this page. Let's go ahead and box the word ear. There you go. All right, let's look at the next page. In 1863, this man was the president. He said no one must be a slave. All people must be free. And we can look at the caption here and it tells us who that person is. It says Abraham Lincoln. So, do we see a date? Or a year? Good job. Let's go ahead and highlight it. So, and the next sentence also tells me why he was important. He said no one must be a slave. I think that's important to know. So I'm going to highlight that. And do we say a word with the EA sound or EE? Good. Let's go ahead and box it. Okay. In 1969, 3 men landed on the moon. We could see them on TV. We saw them leave a flag. Their feet left prints in the dust. All right, I want you to pause here and I want you to find your own key detail that has the date. Go ahead and highlight it. After you're done, go ahead and find the words that have EA or EE. And have the long E sound that says E. All right, pause it and then try to do it by yourself. All right. So if you highlighted this sentence, in 1969, 3 men landed on the moon. Good job. And if you put a box around the word feet and leave and see and 3, awesome job. All right, let's look at the next page. So it says, read a USA timeline. In 1620, Pilgrims landed. 1776, we became the USA. In 1863, all people were made free. In 1969, 3 men went to the moon. And then, what is next? What do you think might happen next? Good. Those are some good guesses. Some people said maybe we're going to move to Mars. Maybe we'll learn what's under the ocean, so maybe we can live in the oceans. Maybe we'll find a way to have a safer environment for the trees and the animals. Those are really good guesses. So, if you're with a grown-up or somebody, quickly tell them what's something you learned about the USA. You could pick one of these details. You can say, today I read about the USA timeline and I learned, Good. All right, so that is the end of today's phonics lesson. Be well, be safe, and be kind. See you next time.